We don't like driving in the dark anymore. I think it's got something to do with grey hair and tired old eyes.
A sign of wisdom.
But I guess I'm going to have to do something about headlights to keep Mr. Policeman happy. And I don't have anything. So I'm going to have to make a plan of sorts. Hey, if it's your first time here, welcome to my shop. My name is Duff and I'm working on a build for my wife. We call it the Renobug. It's a 1959 Renault 4CV body mounted on a shortened 1971 VW Beetle floorpan. Now, the original Renault that I got were mostly in pieces and lots of parts in boxes, sort of disassembled. Many parts missing. Many parts missing, and amongst that is headlight bezels, headlights. I've got nothing there, so I need to dream up a solution so that we can at least see where we're going if we do drive in the dark.
What could one ant possibly do?
I found these seal beam units at my local auto parts store. 3-pin 100 watt, 75 watt, and let's see, the diameter of the reflector itself is about in the region of 5 inches, approximately 125 mil, a little bit more. So they will fit into these original buckets, but now I've got to come up with a way to mount them and have them adjustable. What can I come up with? So I'm thinking I'm going to cut myself a disc with this here, inside diameter, and an outside diameter. My vernier gauge is too small. Let me go get a ruler. Let's try again. And the outside diameter of my disc needs to be a little bit bigger than the outside diameter of the bucket, which is measuring 173 millimeters. So I reckon 174, that region will do the trick. Also thinking now it will make my life a lot easier if I take the bucket out of here and have it on the bench. Squirty with the coat pass, and then hopefully these screws will come out. Yeah, that's just as I thought. Not budging. Because I'm pretty sure the last time someone put them in here was in 1959. That one's moving. Right, one down. A couple more to go. That's a good start though. Right, let's see how my luck is today. Yes! I think we're stuck now.
Don't push back. Don't push back. Don't push back. Don't push back.
That last bit is not coming, eh? Let's try another one.
Don't push back. Don't push back. Don't push back. Don't push back.
Hallelujah! So one guy up here that is not giving me his cooperation at the moment. It's coming now at penetration stuff has been doing its work. There we go. Right. This one right here that I missed. Okay. That's the original one that I tried, and it's not budging. Nope. We'll have to resort to more drastic measures, which will be the grinder, because I don't want to use heat and mess up my pristine paint job. Now I think it's got it. Voila! Busy making my disc now. I carefully marked and scribed my 2 circles with this compass here. I cut out the center part already with the plasma torch, plasma cutter. Man, I like this thing. Stick a tungsten carbide bit in there and it can really move some metal. Just going to smooth this out with a half round file. If you use it at an angle like this and long, slow, steady strokes, you get good results. Right, so if I measure it properly, this should be a nice fit. Oh yes, fantastic. Just thinking something now. There are advantages to using rusty steel. You can see your scribe lines better. But I'm going to clean this up now, get rid of the rust so that it's ready for welding. Right, so far so good. Now I got to figure a way in which to hold my seal beam onto my metal disc. And I'm thinking 4 Z-shaped brackets. Although I think some of you guys say Z instead of Z. Tomato, tomato, aluminium, aluminum. You get the idea. Piece of offcut, 16mm. 5/8 wide. Let's give that a 90-degree bend. Yeah. Now give it another bend. Just clamp it like this. So I measured the lip of that seal beam. So this offset here must be 7mm. So let's bend this up. Right, so if that works out, I'll check it now. then I can use the same measurement to make the others. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. So I'll just cut it a little bit shorter so that it clears the edge of the ring, and then we'll take it from there. So let's just tap some thread into this little bracket so we don't have to worry about a nut. I use this center finder gizmo to lay out 4 equally spaced holes, so they would be 90 degrees from each other. So let's just center punch them and get them drilled out. And then we can see how my little bracket's going to work to hold the light in place. No, that's all of them. Right, let's see. Yes, man, that's going to work out. So I just now need to make 3 more. That's exactly the same as that one. I was lying to you, man. We need 7 more. I don't only have 1 headlight. So let's get the 3 other ones on here to see how this is going to work out. Yes, thick fingers and small screws. Still a better deal. I'm trying to get those buttons on a cell phone. Yes, that's not gonna go anywhere. I'm happy with that. Lekker, man. So next we need to have a flange all along the edge of this ring. And I cut myself a strip off this piece of 1.2mm sheet. That would be 18 gauge in the land of the orange man. And yeah, about 20 millimeters wide, 3/4 of an inch. And here's another little OCD thing of mine. When I scribe stuff like this, I clamp on my ruler with small clamps. Then there's no chance of it moving or slipping while I scribe my line. Right, here you have it. Let's make some noise. Nothing left here now.
Baby, take a chance. Saddle up and dance.
To start the welding of my flat strip here onto the edge of the ring, I've clamped it on with a bit of angle bar. So now I can line it up nicely and it's held in place for welding. Just that first tuck, and then there's no struggle. Okay, fully welded and very hot. So I'm just going to let it cool down and then we'll sculpt it a little bit with the weld blender. Okie dokie, I do believe we have a headlight trim ring of sorts. Now of course, first prize would be to make this from aluminium or stainless steel, but I don't have the equipment or the materials to do that, so it's gonna have to be mild steel. And now I can fit my seal beam in place with the little clamps I made. Now of course, if you want to be really fancy, you can avoid seeing these fasteners here. So instead of having a little bolt going right through, you could you weld on a little piece of extension nut or a bit of material that you can drill and tap so that the screw goes in from this side. And then you won't see it. Yeah, but frankly, I couldn't be bothered. I don't think it's worth the trouble. Right, so let's see what this is going to look like. Yes, I don't think that looks half bad. Can work for me. So now I've got to figure out how to hold this in place. And then also we've got to be able to adjust it to get the headlight settings right. So here's the simple solution I'm thinking of. There's my bucket. It's just gonna go on like that. And since I've already got 4 fasteners showing here, why not just draw 4 more holes that will bolt through that. We can tap into the headlight bucket. Material is a bit thin, so I'm going to have to weld something on there that we can tap so that we can have a bit of meat. And then those little screws can screw into the bucket to hold the thing into place. And I will be able to adjust it with the same bolts at the same time. I'm thinking if you've got the bolt going through, here on the back end you put a nut to hold it there, and then you screw it in there, and by pushing it in and out or screwing it in and out you can adjust it a little bit. Now, if that doesn't make sense right now, it should come clear in a while. I'm just going to take the seal beam out again first. Don't want to scratch or break things here. Let's find a halfway mark here between my holes, and then everything will be nice and equally spaced. It's using my ancient and homemade pair of dividers. Yeah, I actually made these dividers a lifetime ago. And they're still with me. And I'll just scratch this away so that it's all in the middle. If we look in this direction, same, yeah, it looks like I've done this one already. Yes, all of them. So this is the top of the bucket. I've referenced my headlight ring, so that needs to go on exactly like that. But now, I don't know if much material here, and I want to be able to tap this. So I need to weld on a little bit of material here with some thickness so that I'm able to tap it. I cut a little piece of 5mm thick material that I'm going to weld on here. Now the bolt I'm using is M4, and a rule of thumb is that the thickness of your threaded part should be at least the same as the diameter of the bolt. Bolt is 4mm, we're on 5mm, so we'll be good. Yeah, the material on this bucket is so thin. Let's hope I don't mess it up too much. I mean, it's not a millimeter, it's less than a millimeter. I wonder if it's half a millimeter. So good luck to me. Yes, that was actually quite remarkable. Well done, Duffy. But never count your chickens before they are hatched. Here on the last one, you have a little hole. I have to see if I can fix that. They say the better craftsman is the one who knows how to hide his mistakes. My mess is repaired, and I can now drill and tap my holes. Officially a 3.25mm drill bit for an M4 tap. Unless you are one of my American friends. They use all sorts of strange sizes that I know nothing about. Okay, so I've got these 4 bolts here that will hold the headlight ring to the bucket. But I'm going to turn it over here to show you what I did. I've got a nylock nut here, and I've tightened this little bolt just enough so that it can still turn, but it's not sloppy anymore. Now, the same bolt will be used to adjust the headlights as well. I will show you just now. Right, seal beam back in place. Got this whole thing assembled. Let's go give it a test fit and see if it works. I've got my modified bucket temporarily fitted here. And now I've got to do some careful aiming to get all these holes lined up so I can screw this whole contraption on here. Yep, it's taking so far so good. Looks like this one is giving me trouble. What is your story? Here we go. Last one here in the bottom. I think we're there, so I just got to tighten this up so that it goes in all the way. Yeah, it seems to be working out. So if I want to now adjust my light, let's say I want to raise it a bit, I must obviously turn the top in like this and the bottom out. Ah, it's working well. Haha. And then also if I want to adjust it this way, I can tighten or loosen this one and this one. Yes, man. Well, we don't want the one-eyed soldier, so let's get the twin brother into place as well. And we have headlights. Ta-da! Yeah, amazing what a difference that makes, eh? I mean, without headlights, car just looks incomplete. Stick them in and it makes a huge difference. So I guess I still need to paint these headlight rings. But before I do that, whilst I'm up here, I want to take a look at the business of turn signals, or indicators as we call them here in South Africa. So originally, the little Renault only had these indicators here in the back, and there was nothing fitted up front. But somewhere in the 65 years of existence of this little car, at some point someone did retrofit some indicators up front here, as you can see by this hole right here, same on both sides. And that's probably because the cops here in South Africa are obsessed with turn signals or indicators. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of welding this closed, I'm just going to fit little indicators here as well to keep them policemen happy. I found these round LED marker lights at my local auto parts store, and I think a round shape will work quite well with this little car. Now they also come with this rubber mounting ring. Light's supposed to fit in there, but I don't like the rubber. I'm not going to use this. I want to come up with something else.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So I fabricated these fittings, mounting rings, what do you want to call them, so that I can have my lights a little recessed. So to fit the light, it slips through like this, and then you rotate it through. Let me see, it's quite tight, through 90 degrees like that. And yeah, and then it's mounted, fitted in place. So let's go and fit this to the little Renobug to see what it's going to look like. Yeah, the previous dude did not measure very well. The positions of these holes on either side of the car is not the same. Now, I'm a bit of a sucker when it comes to symmetry, so I would like my hole to be on the same center line as the headlight. So I'm going to cut it right there. Well, I don't have a hole saw this size. I don't want to use the plasma cutter and mess up the paint. So I'm just going to cowboy this with some tin snips. Cut it out in a very nasty way.
Followed by more butchering with a grinder.
And now that it's really butchered, I'm going to use one of my favorite tools. So if I measured properly, this should slip right in. Yes, sir. And there you have it. Now Mr. Policeman will be happy, and everybody will know Mummy's intentions. That is, if she uses them. One more thing I wanted to get done today. My little T-bars or nerve bars. What would you like to call them? And they will sit something like that. These are the ones for the back. I showed you in this previous video how I made them. So I made the ones for the front in exactly the same way. I've already painted these, but I've still got to fit them. Yeah, and talking of paint, I guess I should now take all my new bits and pieces off again and do just that to them.
I wish I could give you up, but you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood, run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of
Much later.
Okay, lekker man. So the paint is dry and I could assemble my lights. That's always the fun part, right? So now we can go and fit them all to see what it's going to look like. I can't wait. As they say in the classics, a lick of paint. Here on the modified headlight buckets. I've already got them mounted. Right, so now the new headlight assembly should screw on here if all goes to plan. Yeah, and then I realized I haven't got any headlight wiring in place yet. So I had to take that light off again so I can sort that out, which I'm about to do. Well, at least now I've got the indicators in place. So that's something.
20 minutes later.
Yeah, now it's turning into a whole new production. I had to take the wheels off so I can access the wiring in here. Right, so I've got the wiring in place here on this side. Some solder on my lugs. I did make a video about headlight wiring quite some time ago, so I'm going to stick a link up here on the screen if you would like to check that out, which explains the whole shebang. Relays and all of that nonsense. That ought to do it. Just want to get my heat shrink on here and then we shall be good. I've got that black wire, that's my negative or earth. And then this white one here, that's high beam. And the yellow one is low beam. There we go, that'll do it. Hey, and look, you even got a new rubber grommet in there. It's the attention to these small little details that prevents potential problems down the line. And here on the inside of the fender, I've got my wiring all nicely protected from road debris and stuff like that. And how cool is this, eh? That there is actually the cap from a Rust-Oleum rattle can. And it's a perfect fit over that turn signal fitting that I fabricated. It worked out so well. Yes, this is the kind of stuff that you normally never see on car building channels because it's not sensational content. And it's boring and it takes a lot of time. But it's got to be done if you want to do it right. Okay, unfortunately I haven't got one of those 3-prong plastic connectors. So this will have to do, but I think it will be fine. Shouldn't be an issue. So now let's just line up our screw holes and get this thing on there. And there we have it. We've got headlights and indicators on both sides.
Oh yeah!
Okay, let's see if I did a proper job of my wiring and whether these things work. I'm going to switch the headlights on. Ah, yes, man, that must be low beams. Dip switch. Hey, we got high beams as well. Awesome. How about turn signals or indicators? I'm just going to use the emergency flasher or hazard switch. That will test them both. Fantastic! I used stainless steel button head cap screws all around here. Thanks to the team at Mesco Engineering Supplies. I tell you, those guys, I've yet to find a fastener that they haven't got in stock. I'm going to try and catch him out one day. But I don't think it's going to be possible. So I don't know if everybody will like this look. I kind of like it. It's sort of industrial. But yeah, if the Swimbo doesn't like it, because she's got the final say, I can just paint them black. And then you won't really see them. A few guys suggested that I French the headlights. But I really don't think it's worth the trouble on this shaped fender. And besides, this look goes better with that rally theme that I've still got floating around in my head. You got to keep watching to see where that's gonna go, because I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve when it comes to that. And here is one of them. Now you might remember I made those T-bars that sat here, but now this is all that's left of it. I cut this part off, so that's gonna go to the wall of shame. And I've extended this because I've got something else that's gonna happen now. You see, the thing is, some unforeseen events took place. I went to town to go and pick up some supplies, you know, just general stuff and masking tape and paint and whatnot. And then, yeah, some impulse buying took place. Something followed me home. These cute puppies followed me home. They were just sitting there on the shelf, looking very lonely. So how could I resist? I mean, just look at them. It's got the old school look about them. The diameter of the lens here is only 4 inches or about 100 millimeters. So they will be perfect for that little Renobug. I have to fit them.
Much later.
So to mount those little fog lights, I built this bar bracket contraption right here. And they can now fit right here. And my rally car vision is starting to take shape. Now I still want to color in that picture quite a bit more, but we are heading in the right direction.
Let me guide you to revive the light. Let me guide you to revive the light. Let me help you revive the light.
I've got the wires connected as well, so if I switch on ignition and then flick this switch right here, yes, more light on the subject. Let's add the headlights. Ta-da! Now we can see properly. Old eyes need that. Now I just know someone is going to say, you should have fitted LED lights. Well, me, I don't like LED lights on old school cars. It just doesn't look right. So I prefer old school lights for old school cars. Simple as that. And that's my story for this time. So I'll see you oaks in the next one, huh? Until then, have a lucky one, my brothers and sisters.